She been a good one. Thank the Lord. Still blessed to have a good dad that's working. Just in case, letting you guys know, my dad will be retiring this December. So I will keep you posted on the retirement party and everything. But he's still gonna farm, but he know how they go. Dad still gonna be dad. Yeah, these beans, he said, check the year monitor, these beans cutting about 28. You gotta take the good with the bad. But that's part of the game. We like about another 150 acres from getting done. But Dad still love to do what he do. 9600 with a 30-foot bean head, 930 flex. Let it walk. Farmers seem to be having a bad year this year. Don't get me wrong, I had some good cutting beans. That was northeast Mississippi. But hey, got down to back toward the south, on the southern region, and you can tell where we lacked off a lot of rain and everything. But you know, all in all, it's still good. Start over next year. Come back with some heavy fertilizer and lime. Live the life. How's it going, good people? This your boy Jay Huggins. I'm back again. Just want to give out a few pointers on a lot of things, and had a couple of guys to come tell me on a few things about what's what and what kind of seeds or how's my harvest doing and everything. And I done had some negative comments, and you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But the thing is, don't be bashful. You know what I mean? Everybody has their years of struggling with the harvest or bad equipment failures in the year. But the main thing is not how you start, it's how you finish. You know, I can honestly say these last 3 years have been what I call a three-peat championship success. But this year I had about 3 fields that kind of lacked in certain areas because of the rain, and it rained in certain areas and everything, but you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. So, you know, try to uplift a farmer that's having a struggling year and everything. You know, every year is not gonna be the same. And I had a guy that asked me, he said, how is it that you having a good yield and everybody else struggling? Well, I said, first of all, the farmer has to be the person that has a lot of faith. And, having a lot of faith goes a long way. And the farmer is the biggest gambler. The reason why I say he's the biggest gambler, because he doesn't know, he can't predict how things gonna go. He can plant things and know that it grow, and all of a sudden you just run into a disaster, a major drought, then what you got? So, you give and take. I always try to help the next person, because that's me. I tell a lot of people, they were like, man, you just doing it. I said, first of all, I give God all the credit. Without him, we have no, by him, we move and have our being. But I'm going to lecture you guys on a few pointers on everything, because I'm actually hauling freight. Well, I'm sitting still now at the moment, because I don't have, what I'm trying to say is one source of income. I have multiple strands of income. I just don't depend on farming to pay for everything, which it does pay 80%. But you got to have money instead of coming in. You just can't depend on farming to take care of everything. So if a man be one-dimensional depending on the farming, he got a problem. Cause one bad year of farming can hurt you. The main thing to having a good farm is good quality equipment. And when I say good quality equipment, that don't mean go out here and buy the newest piece of equipment and get in debt. I was talking to brother Dion Wade, shout out to him. Brighton Isabel, shout out to you. Pole Farmers, shout out to you guys. Quay Perry, shout out to you. And we all talk on the basis and everything, and we just had a good, good conversation. I'm a kind of farmer that's originally kind of young. I'm 35, but I believe in old school equipment to a certain degree. I do have a new tractor coming, and I told 2 people on the phone the other night, but it's gonna definitely be a video coming. And one thing, when I say old school farming, I believe in the old sound guard. Those tractors with just a little tweak on the injector pump, like I'm gonna give you for instance, a 4850, a 4960, or even better, you drop down to a 4650. When you tweak those them motors on the injector pump about a quarter turn, man, hey, you can roll all day long without all the computer assistance and everything. And there's nothing wrong with up-to-date equipment, but you gotta look at the downside of the new computer stuff. It costs so much to keep it fixed. Just like a few years ago, I ran into a head gasket problem on my 4850, and the problem I had with it, I wasn't driving. It was my brother driving. He didn't pay attention to anything, and then messed the head up and had oil mixed with the water. So with those sound guards, you had to watch for water pump failure. And when I say that, when they made that water pump on those sound guard engines, they put the weep hole to the inside of the crank. And when that water go through the weep hole, it dumps the water back into the crankcase, which is a stupid idea. I don't understand it. Why did you put a weep hole to drain back into the to the crankcase? And when that oil pump sucking that stuff up, what you expect? Which I think is a way to keep a farmer to coming back to the John Deere parts store to buy another water pump. But all in all, once you got to give and take. If they had designed that water pump to the outside with the weep hole, those tractors would be unstoppable. But like I was saying about a new tractor coming, yes, I have a new tractor coming. It's gonna be a good thing, And getting back to the harvest side, I'm about to wrap up harvest. I like maybe a little over 100 acres from getting done. And as today, we was gonna cut today, but that overcast, I just don't trust it. So not being greedy by any means, just take it as it comes. So 100 acres, I can knock it out in about 2 days. So, you know, you got to give and take on a lot of things. I'm not going to say it's been the best year, but it's been a good year. So next year, I'm taking notes on what I've done this year to make things better next year. So that's the key to farming. You have to take notes on what you've done to perfect next year. So, you know, farming is like raising a child. Every year, everything gradually changes. So, like I was telling Brother Wade and Isabel, them, everybody has a preference on row spacing. I can't tell you how to do what you want to do. But I noticed what worked for me to have high yields is row spacing. And 20-inch, 15-inch, and 30-inch will definitely give you a high yield. But the key to that row spacing, let me go and tell you right now, is your seed population. Seed population definitely makes a difference on the yield. And I'm a farmer who loves to plant dicamba beans. It's just my preference because dicamba beans yield more. I mean, I have seen farmers plant Roundup Ready beans, Roundup Ready 2s, average 40, 45, which is good. I mean, that's a good crop to me. I would cut them beans, but I wanted more. Cause if I'm paying the price of the seeds, why not pay a little extra to make more? True enough, you know, you got to have the water. And the main thing to that is a farmer needs to have good crop insurance. And let me explain that. I was on the phone with one guy the other night, not gonna tell his name. The way crop insurance works, you have to have good yields. Just say if you had a bad year this year and last year you had the bumper crop, so they're gonna go back and look at last year's yields and compare that, and you're gonna get adjusted. So that'll cover your losses versus what you got this year. So next year you might have a bumper crop even though you took a loss this year. So, you know, it's a check and balance deal. You know, that's the key to a lot of that. And another thing when it comes to have a good crop success is your seed depth. Now, I'm gonna go in depth a little bit. I plant right at a little over 1.25 inches, or sometimes 1.5 inches in the dirt. That's a good seed depth for the seed to come up without a struggle. When you do that, plant a seed. Buy all your seeds treated. Let me go and break it down to you. I'm a firm believer in having my seeds treated, because you can run to a dry spell and all of a sudden you get a water, what they call a water pocket, to come in out of nowhere and hit that dirt to make them seeds swell with a little moisture. That seed treatment will save you. I done saw it. Back here in June, I had a field I couldn't get to because it stayed wet. Believe it or not, I no-tilled them beans, didn't break the ground, because I said, well, you know what, I'm just going to, whatever happened, just happened. It was like a 15-acre field. I took my time planting. I don't have a no-till setup planter now. I just took my time and planted because the moisture in that ground was just right for them disc openers to sit down in there and cover the seed up. And believe it or not, them beans didn't come up for 2 weeks until a shower of rain came. And I got pictures and proof. Them beans came up, and I promise you, them beans cut 33 bushels this year. I just got done cutting them. At the last minute plan now, you know, you got to give and take. That's why I say farming is giving and taking. And another lecture I'm going to lecture you on is fertilizer. You know, people, please get soil samples. I can't stress this out enough. Soil samples would put you in the ballpark of where you need to be in success and to give a good harvest. People ask me how much I put out. I tell them, you get what your pocket can afford. I'm a firm believer of 250 pounds to 300 pounds of potash to the acre. Hey, it is what it is. But the main thing, on 300 pounds of potash, the way I do mine, I'm going to tell you how I do it. If you can afford 150 pounds of potash an acre, what you need to do first. If you're a farmer that believe in disking, I'm a farmer believing breaking my. I'm a farmer that believe in disking ground. Disc it up real good first. Then come back with the fertilizer, or come back with the fertilizer and broadcast it out. Or come back with a field cultivator, but I don't use a field cultivator the last 2 years. I believe in a do-all. That do-all will make that seed bed perfect. I promise you. And see, when you do that, you have the seed bed and the fertilizer within 3 to 4 inches in depth for that seed to grab nutrients when that time comes for that seed to sprout. The nutrients will be right there with the barrier of the seed. That's one of my successes. It never failed. And when the rainy season kicks in, them beans they gonna bloom. I'm telling you, they gonna boom. It never fail. And another thing, when them beans come up to about 3 or 4 inches, spray your crop. That way you won't have trashy beans when it comes time to harvest. And you won't have dockage. I ain't saying that the elevator people won't dock you, but you might have like 1.2% farm material. But that will help you in the long run have a success crop. I'm telling you, it's gonna work out. But you know, trying to think of another way. Just find a good seed company. For example, I'm a firm believer in Greatheart. We know in the South region, from Tennessee all the way back to Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas, you need to have a seed that's going to tolerate heat. I cannot stress this enough. I can't stress it enough, because the heat advisory we get will put a stress on beans. And once you buy a seed that can tolerate that, and secondly, planting early is definitely the best way to have a good crop. I usually start planting around by late April or sometime early April, depending how dry it is. Yes, you're going to have your cool spell. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to tolerate it, but it's not going to stay cool long. But when you do that, when them beans begin to make canopy, and you spray the right herbicide, depending if you got tea weeds, water hemp, and what's the other one? Pigweed. If you spray those to keep them down, I promise you, I cannot stress it enough, that canopy is going to suppress those weeds. And when them beans get about knee high, I spray twice a year. I spray when they're about 3 to 4 inches tall, and I do a good herbicide spraying. And about the knee high stage, what I call it, R2 stage, I go back with another dose, and I promise you, it works out. But you know, I'm giving you a basic key to have a good bean crop. Like last year, people asked me how much did I average to the acre. I told them some spots I had over 90, or 90 plus. But the rainfall just happened to hit right that year, and God blessed me to have a good crop. So you know, hey, it is what it is. So with that being said, I do have a short clip of Dad cutting soybeans that's gonna be added to this video. I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, please call me. I'm gonna give you my personal number at 662-542-8060. I'm gonna repeat it again. 662-542-8060. Y'all guys have a blessed one.